$63 for 36 minutes. That's how much a local musician says he paid for parking downtown on Church Street.
He says this has musicians thinking twice about playing in downtown Nashville. Fox 17 News, Caitlin Miller joining us live downtown with how the parking process works for musicians.
Good evening, Megan and Scott. Well, musicians say that bars treat them differently. So some bars will offer musicians a discount where they pay for $10 for parking for the entire night, whereas some bars don't offer that discount. So then they're left paying the premium downtown prices. Thomas Devine parked at this premier parking lot on Church Street a little over a week ago.
36 minutes, $60 with a $3 service fee, $63 for 36 minutes.
Devine fought the cost because he says it was not the price the lot advertised, and he took to Facebook and was surprised by the reaction from local musicians. Like Zach Gonzalez, who says parking is very costly near Broadway.
Right behind all that circuit over there, like sometimes the parking can be like $40. Seriously.
And since Gonzalez relies solely on tips for most of his performances, he says it adds up.
Would you like to see more support from the city?
Absolutely, I think so. I think it would help, you know what I mean?
We reached out to the Nashville Department of Transportation about regulating parking lots downtown, like Premier's lot, and they told us Premier Parking is a private operator, and NDOT does not manage them or have a role in setting their rates. We followed up later asking if they would get involved in regulating prices at private lots, but we have not heard back yet. Musicians like Johnny and Melissa told Fox 17 News on Facebook that they don't play downtown because of parking costs. And Devine is concerned about this trend.
You cannot be called Music City without live musicians. That's like having a trucking company with no truck drivers.
To a return here in Nashville, we're seeing new construction or even apartment complexes being built. But now experts are saying that these developers are beginning to back out thanks to high prices. Whether it's a home like this or a high-rise in downtown Nashville, some of these buildings cost upwards of $100 million. But that vision to have thousands of Nashvillians residing in these soon-to-be apartment complexes is looking costly.
The monthly payment on a $100 million deal is like $665,000, and then at 7% and at 3%, it's $421,000.
Real estate expert Joel Sanders says these rising interest rates can cost developers hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. That's close to $2.5 million a year.
So a lot of people are reconsidering moving forward with projects. Some are hitting the pause button, some are walking away completely, and others are continuing to try to find a way to make it work, but it's getting harder and harder to do so.
But that's not just affecting the developers. Sanders says it'll in turn hurt renters, with concerns of the future for affordable housing here in Nashville.
If their cost is higher, they have to charge more in rent to make the numbers pencil, to make it even be able to afford to do so.
Sanders says the more that builders and developers back out, the more we have a supply and demand issue, which will in turn hike up prices. And it's not just the high mortgage rates that are impacting homebuyers, renters, and developers, but also inflation as the cost of really everything continues to rise. Now, it's still unsure at this moment when those interest rates will begin to fall.
You can see just some of the damage here at this home in Fairview. Downed trees, damaged siding. And while this woman is thankful no one got hurt, she's unsure of where to go next.
But we had water all over the floor.
Clara Claiborne of Fairview had been working in the front of her mobile home.
My grandson was in the middle bedroom, and then I heard a crash in the back of the trailer.
She soon went to the back and saw this. The ceiling collapsed with debris, broken glass, water damage, and no electricity.
I've never heard the sound of the train. You know, like they say, you'll hear like a loud roaring sound. I heard it then.
According to the National Weather Service, Fairview experienced 75-mile-per-hour straight-line winds. Because of the severity of the damage, Clara and her grandson, who has autism, cannot stay there.
I can't afford a $1,300, $1,500, $1,800 apartment for a one-bedroom, two-bedroom. Ridiculous. What's my next steps? Where am I going to go? You know, I mean,
Now the Red Cross is helping this woman and her grandson out. They will be bringing in a caseworker.